Live from Hazard, Kentucky, this is Jammin John's Wrestling News. Here's your news for Friday, December 7th, 2018. The latest regarding Braun Strowman's status for the WWE TLC pay-per-view is that it's still touch and go if he will be able to compete against Baron Corbin. There has reportedly been talk about Strowman either doing a very short match with Corbin of having someone like Bray Wyatt to replace Strowman in the match. Strowman posted a photo of his elbow on Twitter, and it looks like, judging from the photo, because it looks pretty bad, that he still isn't close to 100% yet. Underneath that photo, Braun Strowman wrote, "Eye for an eye, hashtag the monster is coming, hashtag TikTok." During a recent appearance on Sam Roberts' podcast, Finn Balor spoke out about his canceled match against Bray Wyatt's sister Abigail alter ego by saying, "I'm happy in hindsight in the sense of what could have been for that show, but like, with the Demon versus Bray Wyatt and all that kind of wacky storyline that we were doing at the time, and then what it transformed into, which was like the match with me and AJ, obviously it was unfortunate that 3 of the boys went down really sick. But I think that I was the one who kind of came out with the silver lining on that one." Finn Balor continued on by saying, "Obviously, like me and AJ have never wrestled, and a lot of people would have preferred to have a big build-up, and essentially, we had the match. It was, from what I can remember, it was a lot of fun. I don't watch my matches back, so I can't say if I'm happy or not, but the fact that you're still talking a year later, you know that they just put it on the YouTube channel, so people liked it for sure." Thanks to ringsidenews.com for the quotes. Becky Lynch addressed internet rumors that she hasn't been cleared yet for the WWE TLC pay-per-view by saying on Twitter, "I'm seeing reports that I might not be cleared for TLC. Let me say this as clearly as I can. Nothing will keep me from fighting on December 16th. I've got heads to slap and a title to keep. The man will come around." Also, if you watched Thursday Night Football last night on Fox, Jeff Jarrett made an appearance and promoted WWE's move to the network in 2019. Pretty cool to see him out there. Looked really good last night as well. And finally, here on Jammin John's Wrestling News, during a recent appearance on Steve Austin's podcast, Ric Flair talked about why WWE promos have been so heavily scripted in recent years. Ric Flair said, "I have to believe because I was there with Austin a lot, but Austin walked around and he collected his thoughts and Austin knew where he was going. Austin didn't have 40 riders walking him to the gorilla position before he walked out the door. Austin had a game plan. When you have that groove and the capacity to entertain the crowd, they have to let you run with it, and I don't see that much these days because I think they're worried that the kids don't have enough experience. It's not that they can't, but they don't have enough experience. So I think it's harder these days from that standpoint. Do I think it's any easier in terms of work? No. I think that the kids do a lot more high-wire stuff right now, and they incorporate so many things in their work. It's not that they're any more gifted as an athlete, but the business has raised the bar. Ultimately, it may mean something or it won't mean something." Flair also talked about why things are more difficult for today's stars by saying, "I think it's harder because the kids on social media eat them alive. I don't think the pro wrestling business is any harder. I think the days are longer. I think the scrutiny is more intense. But it's equally hard physically, but it's harder on them because they're so affected by social media and the number of people trying to give them direction." Thanks to WrestlingInc.com for the quotes. That is your news for Friday, December 7th, 2018, Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Take a moment to reflect on all those brave men and women who died back on this day 77 years ago in Hawaii. Never forget Pearl Harbor attack, and remember that all gave some, but some gave all. Also want to send a shout out to listener Noah Foster. Thank you so much, man, for sending me a mention on Twitter. I really do appreciate it, man, and I really think that it's awesome that you incorporate JJWN into your morning routine. Thank you so much. Go check his YouTube channel out, Noah Foster 210. Once again, that's Noah Foster 210. Check back here Monday for another Jammin John's Wrestling News Flash Briefing on Amazon Alexa devices, Spotify, YouTube, and Stitcher. Follow me on Twitter at John Caldwell, JONCOLWELL. Follow me on Instagram, the Jammin John. If you'd like to sponsor Jammin John's Wrestling News, or you're a wrestling promotion wanting to get your next big event out, you can email me, jzcaldwell@gmail.com. That's JZCOLWELL@gmail.com. Big shout out to Ryan Hurdle and Tony Nelson for subscribing to my Patreon. You too can subscribe to me by going to patreon.com/JamminJohn. I have free packages on there ranging from free to $7. Really appreciate it if you supported me a little bit financially. Once again, that's patreon.com/JamminJohn. This is Jammin John saying thanks, goodbye, and have a great weekend, everybody.